I just want to say hello to everybody, and it's awesome to be here today. And I just want to share with you something so amazing that God has been busy with me for many years, actually. And it started, I think, the most was just before I started walking through the country. And I don't know if any of you are getting dreams, but they are so important in our lives. And many of us, we have a dream, we don't know how to interpret. So what we do is we just let it go and we think, oh no, it's not important. It is so vitally important. I'm sitting here outside, here visiting by my mom. She's 83, turning 84. One of these days, it's not long from now. And I'm just enjoying her outside, and I'll show you a little bit her garden. But what I want to show you is this flower. It is the most beautiful, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. I just want you to look at this. I think it is so awesome, so beautiful. I hope you can see it because I'm trying to focus on there and show you as well. Yes, so I'm going to go back to God's giving me a message, but He's also speaking to me about the way that we actually we don't notice what He's doing with us. We don't notice what He's saying to us. We don't catch the messages. And He can talk in plants. He can talk in flowers, which He's going to do now. He can talk or give you a message in the clouds. Isn't that just awesome? He can talk when the sun and rays comes down. He can talk. I'll just turn this around. I don't think you can see number 19 over there. But He can speak through animals. God is, we sometimes put Him in a box, like we are really in a box sometimes, and we don't think that He can actually speak to us, but He does in everything that we do. So I just want to I'm going to show you this book that I got blessed. My son one day gave me a book, and it's called, okay, this will be back to front now, but it's called Dream Journal by Bill Johnson. And I'm just going to read the back for you. It says, I was sound asleep, but in my dreams I was wide awake. And that's the Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verses 2. And then I'm just going to read you what he's just saying here. We've been given the capacity to dream, and more importantly, to dream with God. His language continues to be unveiled. His heart is being imparted, and permission has been given to try to exaggerate His goodness. And that's how He speaks to us. That's by Bill Johnson. And Benny Johnson is, when any of us go into God's presence and tap into the realm of heaven, we position ourselves to receive great breakthroughs. And I don't want you to miss out on something special that in this season that God is busy with, that your dreams are important. And we need more people interpreting the dreams, because there's not enough dream interpreters. Like you have prophetic people, we need to have people that interpret dreams. That is so important. Then by Banning Lipscher, the dreams ingrained upon your heart are resident there because God wants to use you to bring revival in the particular realm of society you are zealous about. Meaning that where you have been called to go, where you've been called to be active, your passions, your gifts, where God wants to use you, it is time that we actually focus on what does Jesus want from us and go and reach the nation, because then we'll be more effective, because we won't get tired. We'd love what we're doing. I love what I'm doing. I don't even have time always, but that's why I ask God to use His time with me. And then I just want to tell you why I got hold of this book. I said to the Lord, what can I speak to the people today about? And then He reminded me of my dreams. And He said, share your dreams with the people, Esther. And I said, okay, Lord, some of these dreams are so long, but I'm going to just, like on the 2nd of March, I heard as I woke, everything is ready. So yes, you can use it for yourself. Everything is ready. Jesus is talking. When He speaks to me, He speaks to the Christians. He also speaks to me in ways I fell asleep and dreamed another dream. I was giving a man a number 19. My hand was the main focus. It was not like in a giving position, but like in laying of hands position. Strange position to give a number 19 to somebody. When you hold out your hands, you normally pass it on to somebody. This wasn't. It was, my hand was like this. I was giving him a number 19. So if we have to listen to what God is saying, it's just profound what he does. Another one is, a man brought me a ruler, half a ruler. It was a promotion gift, broken in half, at number 15. And so I can tell you about many things, but if we look at it in the Bible and we have to compare to what he's saying to us, I'm trying to find something, but there was one thing that really stood out for me today that I wanted to share with you, which the Lord has given me, and I just want to get there quickly. Yeah, he's really speaking to our country, isn't he? He's really in love with us, and that is so exciting, because that means that we're not alone in this, on this global little planet of ours. Oh yes, it was. As I don't know if you've experienced it, but one day as I was waking up, it normally happens just when I start waking up, then I hear a voice. I hear his voice, or I see a vision. I think it's because we're still in slumber. We're not awake yet. We are still focusing on getting awake. And then I hear him quite clearly. And what I heard was Matthew 17 verse 7. And as I was waking up, I thought, did I hear right? Was it Matthew 17 verse 7? Or was it 7 verse 17? And then I heard 7 verse 17. So I said, okay, so it's both. I'm going to read both to you. And it's applicable for you as well today. And it says here in Matthew 17 verse 7, and Jesus came and touched them and said, arise and be not afraid. Now, people in South Africa, you're a little bit afraid of what people are going to say when you stand up and do this love revelation. And you're saying to yourself, it's going to look a bit crazy if I make a bit of cookies for somebody. It's going to look crazy if I stop and help somebody to fix their wheel. It's going to be crazy if I go to an old age home and I don't know anybody. What are people going to think or say of me? God sees. And Jesus came and touched them. He was talking about his disciples, and they had fear. And he said, arise and be not afraid. So it's time for us to rise in South Africa. Maybe you are called to go to the farmers, and you are called to go and give them a message of hope. You are called to go and help them to get back to the feet of Jesus, to pray and intercede, and just to bless everybody else. And you bless the farmer as well, because God is really speaking very, 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 at the moment. Hello. He's really speaking about the farmers. So his heart is for the farmers at the moment, meaning that something's happening, something's going to happen. God is busy focusing on our farmers. And you must be awake, because if he's focusing on the farmers, we are about somewhere supposed to be doing our portion. If he says we must be, I just felt something running up my leg, so I'm just looking to see what's going on there. I'm outside. Then we have Matthew 7 verse 17. Look how he works with, when he speaks to you, you mustn't think, wow, I wonder if there's a verse like that. Just go and open it. Matthew 7 verse 17. This is so spot on. It says, even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. If you read further on until you're reading about the fruit and the behavior of our fruit, I'm not going to read it all. It says, in verse 20, it says there, by their fruit he shall know them. So, if God is speaking to us about fruit, if you look at this beautiful flower here, it's basically it's radiating, it's got enough water, it's been looked after, and it's been protected. But if you have to look at yourself, have you spent time with the God of the Creator that created you? Have you spent time with Jesus? Are you drinking from his fountain? Have you got enough substance? Are you reading his word? Are you spending time with him? Do you love him? Ask him to be your father and your best friend, because that's where it starts. And if your fruits are not good, he says here, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. If you have to read further on in the verse, you will actually see it where he says a good tree can't bring forth bad fruits, and a bad tree can't bring forth good fruits. So I don't know what tree you are today. I want you to think about that. Can you change it today? Can we change South Africa together? That's my question to you. God says you will be known by your fruits. So it's important that you remember this, and let's do something to change our country. Let's stop speaking negative words and let us focus on hope and love, and let us start to have strategies to bring back stability in our country. I love you. My name is Esther Badenhorst. You can contact me on esther.badenhorst1 on Facebook, or SA Love Revolution. You can also do hashtag SA Love Revolution. God bless you. Love you till we meet again. Bye-bye.